Oh, good morning, Facebook. I just want to say a really massive thank you to everybody who ordered CBD from me. What you probably don't know about the CBD oil that I send out to my customers is that I send it with a prayer. I post it and package it whilst meditating on the wellness of my customer. And I also send it special signed for delivery. So when I offered everybody free postage over the Easter period, what I offered to pay for was free postage and packing, which is signed for. And I've been overwhelmed with the amount. I'm still working my way through everybody's order. Nikki, Rachel, Louise, Sue, Diane, David, Isabel, John, Claire, Carrie, Andrew, another David, and I'm only halfway through. So Zig is getting very, very impatient for his walk this morning, but I'm determined to get everybody's CBD oil off to them because it has made an incredible difference. And my passion for this stuff, as well as everything natural, has come about through my own journey through life, through seeing what happens when we try and get a quick fix to heal ourselves. Ultimately, it doesn't work. You can shine and paste over all the cracks. You can take the medication to ease the symptoms, but if you don't go to the root cause of a problem, and that's not just physical, it's mental and emotional and spiritual. And this has been the thing my whole life, from getting post-traumatic stress disorder and seeing how my body basically just gave up. I spent so long not having any energy, and then I got a disease, and then I was put on medication for life. So everything I'm totally passionate about comes from my own life experience. And I think that is what is now driving me to run a retreat really soon, somewhere in Europe. I'm just trying to find the right place. We were going to go to Malta because I have a very dear friend in Malta who is an exceptional mentor and coach. She was for me. And we want to run something together. She lives in Malta. She's created a beautiful space in Malta, but it seems like the restrictions, although we can get in on Vax, it seems like there are some quarantine restrictions in Malta. So I'm looking for somewhere in Europe because the whole idea of working at that level, that depth of mind, body, soul, the emotional body, is really the medicine of the new earth. And that's why I called my own brand CBD oil Earth Medicine. And I'm so passionate. I send it all out with love. Special recorded delivery. Thank you for your orders. A massive thank you. I've got through so much oil sales this weekend that it looks like I'm very soon going to be out of the huge order I made just before Christmas. So really very grateful to everybody, and I'm now looking at running a retreat. I think natural health is the only way to go. It's funny, one of my clients the other day, and I have many corporate clients that I teach online as well, like I've had for a long time. And I just noticed the little conversations that I had, and you know, she'd had a lot of headaches and stuff, and she'd popped a pill so she could continue with her day. And whilst I get that, if we constantly pop a pill, my best friend of 40 years, who sadly we've departed for now, which I won't go into, but sadly her whole life evolved around her prescription drugs. And I think anybody who believes that prescription drugs of any sort are going to heal them or are going to make them better is really highlighting how you have chosen to live your life as a human being. And we know many people are so indoctrinated and brainwashed into the matrix that for them just the choice of working from the inside out and taking time and being patient to address all the different bodies that we have, all the different aspects, whether it be the mental body, the physical body. And, you know, when I called my fitness business about, I don't know, when I renamed it to Fit From Within, I was Elizabeth Ann Dance Aerobics or something initially, I think in the 80s. But then I came upon the name Fit From Within because for me, as a personal trainer, I realised that I was going to women's houses to do one-to-one training with them. And I realised that really what they really wanted wasn't a flat tummy or toned arms. What they really wanted was some attention and to be heard. And so I would hear all of their problems, and I realised how can I be satisfied with healing these women under this false pretense that they're going to have this body that's fitter, and yet inside they haven't really addressed what's going on for them. And it was a fascinating apprenticeship for me, really, was starting to work with the physical body. And that's what led into the emotional stuff, going through my own emotional stuff, going through my own inner work. Always more to do. And that's why Fiona and I are really looking at running some retreats together where we can offer the body work, the emotional work, the spiritual work, the grounded, you know, the breathing, the breath. So, so just a massive thank you anyway, just coming back, massive thank you to everybody who ordered CBD oil this weekend. I'm proud of you. I have sent a little prayer to each of you and blessed each envelope for your continued health and well-being. And that's all, folks. Have a lovely day. And finally, what I just wanted to say, this feels really important. Such strange times at the moment. So many people have changed their lives on a very big scale. Me for one, having a dog and not traveling like I've done throughout the whole of my 50s was just a wonderful exploration of being a human being alive, running a business, a Pilates studio, and just finding that I'd got my life exactly how I wanted it to be. And then we went into this chaos and we couldn't travel, and we've all had to navigate a different way of being. But always it pulls us back into a deeper part of ourselves to ask the question, really, what is it that makes me feel alive? What is it that makes me feel fully alive? And I know for many people who are stuck in the corporate world, stuck in the matrix, that question would not even have much of a chance to penetrate because of the armor that's been built up, you know. And that's caused through prescription drugs. You know, prescription drugs and fake food actually creates an armoring around us where we can't be felt, we can't be touched. And so many people like myself, you know, especially if you're an empath and you feel very deeply, we've actually had to go through our own journey to healing. We've had to go through our own pain, our own disease, our own discomfort, our own challenges, our own dark night of the soul, in order to really know what it is that actually changes how we feel. And that's why we're so passionate about what we teach. That's why we're so passionate about supporting other people in daring to begin to just tap and break down that incredible armor that may be held together through addiction, you know, food, alcohol, sex, drugs, whatever, running, exercise. So retreats are amazing places to begin that journey to self, and that's why I'm going to make a retreat happen in the next 7 or 8 weeks. I'm going to make a retreat happen. I'm going to create a retreat, because for me, right now in this moment, that is my biggest passion, is to share a lot in a beautiful space with some beautiful people where there's no distractions, so that we can begin to remember why we're here and who we truly are. because we're so wrapped up in a narrative that is not serving our higher purpose and the higher purpose of humanity. You know, we are creating a new earth right now. And as scary as it feels, and as much as I'd just like to go for my dog walk and drink my coffee and send out my CBD oil to my to my customers, like we have to take some action. We have to feel into what feels alive. And then make it happen. And I'm not saying that from a very masculine perspective. Hi, thanks for joining me. Hello, Clay, lovely to see you. I'm not saying it from a goal-orientated, you know, list-making structure of, I'm going to make this happen. I'm saying it from a place of feeling into what feels most alive within me and following that from inspired action. And I love supporting other people in doing the same. So anyway, I'm just continuing now while Ziggy is waiting. Poor Ziggy is waiting for his dog walk. Look, can you see him? He's just patiently waiting for his dog walk. And I didn't realise that I was going to have so many orders for this CBD oil. So very grateful to all of you. It's a really great quality oil. It's half the price of the one I used to sell. My customers love it. And for me, there's nothing nicer than hearing people say, I need some more oil because I've got this hip pain, and when I take the oil, the hip pain goes away. That makes me happy. And I really invite you to tune into what your passions are, what makes you happy. And if you're not connected to your passions, I wonder what the armouring is stopping you. And are you ready? Are you ready to begin to chisel away, peel away, and allow it to fall away? And I'm saying this to myself as well. Trust me, everything I teach, I'm actually teaching it to myself. Like I'm tuning in to what I need to do as well. And that's why I'm stepping out of this little comfort zone I've currently got. And today, I'm going to find, and I'm reaching out, if you know anybody in Europe, preferably in Europe, who has a beautiful retreat space, or you know of somewhere that we can go to and create an amazing retreat with myself and my friend Fiona, who was my mentor for 25 years, and you'd like to come along and be part of starting to become more of who you really are and starting to create this new earth, because I do feel that what we create on a retreat, and I've run retreats all over the world for many, many, many years. I used to go to Spain regularly, and I've taught in Egypt, Bali, Thailand, Greece, many, many times, Portugal. the list is endless. I've probably left somewhere out. Dahab, the island at Tenerife, some amazing places. And it's been quite a few years now, and I feel like we haven't travelled for so long, but I don't just want to travel and lie on the beach for the whole time. I really want now to travel and to pull in some amazing people and do some amazing work and start creating these amazing communities, because they're happening everywhere. But we must step into the unknown and start creating together. Co-creating is the key. And then in the UK, I see what's happening is a lot of people like myself coming together with nobody particularly in charge or running it, but communities being co-created where we're very supportive and nurturing, especially initially in sisterhood circles, perhaps brotherhood circles, and then coming together so that we're really nourished, because that's another thing that's missing. And that's another reason why this oil is very supportive of nourishing the system, because every system in the body comes into homeostasis, comes into balance. It's really important that we feel nourished. Last night I had my once a week reflexology with Jenny, and I felt nourished, I felt supported. And it's so important, you know, if you're not feeling good at the moment, regardless of whatever's going on in your life, the first thing that you really need to feel is that you have some support from somewhere, that somebody has your back. And if you haven't got that, find somebody to support you through that, because what you can then learn to do, like I did, and again, I had to do it out of like need to do it, is to become your own support, is to take care of you, is to find that part of you that can hold space for the part of you that's feeling vulnerable, that's feeling lost, that's feeling unhealthy, that's feeling like you really need to work with your addictions, or you really need to work on finding your passion, whatever it is. We've all got it. We're all the same. None of us are different. It's just having that space, and that's why I love retreats, having that space to allow all of that to come through. Anyway, big love, everybody. Lovely to see some of you. Lovely to see you, Joanne and Clay. Really good to see you. Lots of love. Have a lovely day, everybody, and massive thank you for listening to me. Big love. Bye for now.